What if Goku had died during the Tournament of Power? What would happen to Gohan, to Vegeta, and to the entire universe? That single moment inspired me to create my own original Dragon Ball fan manga, Thesis the Omni Crossover. Let's begin. Is gone. No explosion. No final words. Just silence. The Grand Priest announces it. Goku eliminated by his own power. Even the gods don't react. Beerus is frozen. Vegeta can't believe it. The angels feel something's wrong. And then, Gohan, kneeling, crying, alone. But those tears don't last. Memories of Goku flash. His smile, his voice, his sacrifices. And something inside Gohan breaks. Not transforms. Breaks. A dark crimson energy starts leaking out. Unstable. Violent. Then boom. The entire arena is swallowed in red light. Reality starts bending. Even the Grand Priest says, "This is impossible." Then, silence. Everything stops. And from the dust, Gohan stands, different, terrifying. His eyes, no longer human. Even Jiren is shocked. And then, Gohan takes one step. Crack. The ground shatters. Just from his presence. This isn't power anymore. This is something forbidden. And now the question is, who can stop him? The battlefield falls completely silent as Gohan slowly advances toward Jiren. His aura unstable yet terrifyingly powerful. In an instant, Gohan vanishes and reappears behind Jiren. A devastating punch lands to his back. Jiren's body suddenly freezes. His eyes turn lifeless, and he collapses to the ground. Above them, the Grand Priest watches with a serious expression. He states that Gohan's power does not belong to this reality and must be stopped. He declares that even the gods must enter this battle. The moment those words are spoken, Belmod steps forward in anger and immediately attacks Gohan. Belmod hesitation, a direct punch aimed straight at Gohan, disappears completely. No explosion, no resistance. A god of destruction, gone, just like that. Below, Gohan ready to power up again. A massive crimson aura explodes outward. The entire arena shakes. Reality begins to bend. And high above, Grand Priest moves forward, straight toward the divine side, and that's when they step in. Gohan moves toward the divine realm. Whis and Vados step in and block his path. Gohan doesn't slow down. He collides with them. The fight begins instantly. Gohan attacks first. He throws a fast strike toward Whis. Whis avoids it with slight movement. Gohan follows with a kick. The kick lands on Whis' guard and pushes him back. Vados enters from above. She attacks with precise timing. Her strike connects. Gohan does not react. He remains stable. Gohan grabs Vados mid-attack. He stops her movement completely. In one motion, he slams her into the arena. The ground shatters on impact. Vados is forced into the surface. Whis watches from above. His expression changes. He becomes serious. The battlefield becomes still. Movement stops. Energy stabilizes. A shift begins. Whis finally stops holding back. The battlefield suddenly goes silent. Floating debris freezes mid-air. Even Gohan's violent aura begins to distort differently near him. Then, Whis starts powering up. A smooth blue-white divine aura flows around his body like liquid energy. A halo-like ring forms behind him as divine particles begin orbiting around him. This isn't rage. This is absolute control. And the moment the transformation completes, the fight begins instantly. Gohan attacks first, launching a monstrous punch wrapped in crimson-black destruction. But Whis avoids it with a single movement. No effort. He appears directly inside Gohan's guard and strikes the glowing mark on his chest. A divine shockwave erupts outward. But seconds later, Gohan adapts. He catches Whis' wrist mid-combat, and suddenly,
"Recognize me. Daikashin."
The voice echoes from inside Gohan as crimson-black distortion spreads across the battlefield. The Grand Priest freezes. A flash back in his mind, ancient angels fighting with the same evil entity. For the first time, his expression changes. The shadow behind Gohan grows larger. Ancient. The battlefield trembles. Then the Grand Priest slowly raises his hand. That vessel can no longer remain alive. Far from the battlefield, Whis revives Goku using divine energy. Goku opens his eyes and sees the crimson sky. Whis speaks calmly. The entity inside Gohan has awakened. Small flashes of Gohan and the shadow entity appear. Then Whis says, "The Grand Priest intends to erase him." Silence. Silver energy flickers around Goku. "I won't let that happen." Suddenly, a massive purple aura appears behind him. Vegeta arrives. Goku silently raises a Patara earring. Vegeta smirks. Let's do it. And together, they prepare to fuse. And then Vegito appear. The moment Vegito entered the battlefield, everything changed. Silver divine energy and purple destruction power exploded around his body as he stepped beside Gohan. One surrounded by fusion divinity, the other consumed by crimson black corruption. Even the gods of destruction were shocked to see them standing together. Then, the Grand Priest descended, and the entire battlefield froze beneath his pressure. The sky cracked open as divine energy spread across the arena, but Ultra Vegito only smirked. You picked the wrong scions. In the next instant, Vegito and Gohan charged together. Silver-purple fusion power and crimson destruction energy tore across the battlefield side by side. Their attacks reached the Grand Priest instantly, but he stopped both with one hand each. A massive divine shockwave exploded outward, destroying everything around them. Even after being pushed back, Gohan and Ultra Vegito stood up again, still ready to fight. Because now, this was no longer gods versus mortals. This was war against the highest divine authority itself. The Grand Priest releases a massive divine shockwave across the battlefield. The impact sends both Vegito and Gohan flying across the shattered arena. Ultra Vegito crashes through broken structures as parts of his outfit tear apart from the pressure. Gohan slides across the ground, surrounded by unstable crimson-black distortion, but seconds later, both slowly stand back up. Damaged, exhausted, still ready to fight. Then suddenly, the Grand Priest disappears. In an instant, he appears directly in front of Ultra Vegito. A single divine punch lands straight into Vegito's face. The impact bends space itself. Ultra Vegito is launched away instantly. Before Gohan can react, the Grand Priest appears before him too. One finger touches Gohan's forehead. A blue-white divine shockwave explodes through his body. Gohan's crimson aura collapses instantly. Both warriors fall unconscious onto the destroyed battlefield. Silence spreads. Then, the Grand Priest slowly raises his hand toward them. A massive divine Hakai sphere forms above the arena. Blue-white destruction energy covers the sky. Just before the divine Hakai could erase them completely, a single flash of blue-white light covered the battlefield, and in the next instant both Vegito and Gohan vanished before the Grand Priest's attack could hit. The Grand Priest immediately realized what happened. East and Whis. But Whis remained calm, because he knew if that battle continued, entire realities would collapse. Moments later, Gohan awakened inside the demon realm. A world filled with crimson storms, lava rivers, and giant demonic ruins. Meanwhile, Vegito opened his eyes inside the divine realm, a peaceful world of floating temples and celestial skies. But in the demon realm, Gohan wasn't alone. A gigantic demon suddenly emerged from the darkness and attacked him instantly. Still injured and exhausted, Gohan barely dodged its attacks, until finally, he powered up into Super Saiyan 2. Golden lightning exploded across the demon realm, and the battle began.